Ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday, November 2nd, 2002, and we welcome you to the Godless Americans March on Washington. We seek to bring together America's diverse community of non-believers, atheists, freethinkers, secular humanists, and other godless citizens who profess no religious belief, who value the separation of government and religion, and who join together in calling for our inclusion in the great discussion called democracy. We seek to work together on issues of common concern and on the basis of mutual respect, as well as a recognition of our organizational diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us on this historic day. Please welcome the President of American Atheists and Chairperson of the Godless Americans March on Washington Task Force, Ellen Johnson.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever Godless Americans March on Washington. I want to welcome our C-SPAN audience. Thank you, C-SPAN. Actually, this is a march for all Americans. All Americans are godless Americans because there is no God. Thank you, Emmett Fields. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here today with all of you, along with the representatives of so many different organizations that have gathered today for this great event, which are part of the history of this country. And it is a history that we share in. But the most important part of this isn't a building or a statue or a fountain. It's where we are standing right now, the National Mall. That is because nearly every group of Americans throughout history who was excluded or marginalized or denied their rights came here to be heard. They came to raise their voices in protest and strength. They marched because they saw a problem to be addressed, an injustice to be corrected, and a new set of attitudes and policies our nation needed to embrace. They marched with the winds of social change at their backs, and they knew that the time had come for action and for new ideas to take form. And now we are here. The motto of the Godless Americans March on Washington declares that we are free, proud, and on the move. We are intellectually free because we doubt, we question, and we have the courage to disagree. We are free of the strictures of blind faith. We realize that it is reason, not uncritical adherence to unquestioned dogmas, that is the basis of human freedom and progress. We are proud of who we are, and we are speaking out. After the September 11th terrorist attacks, so many of our nation's political leaders tried to whip this nation into a frenzy of religious fervor and righteousness. The President of the United States, just as he and other politicians had done in previous elections, cited the virtues of belief as a credential for leadership and a litmus test of patriotism and wholesomeness. He callously ignored the more than 30 million people in this nation who, according to the American Religious Identification Survey, profess no religion. He dismissed millions of us, make that tens of millions of us, who are atheists and freethinkers and secular humanists, or go by some other name. And perhaps worst of all, he ignored the godless men and women who have served and served today in the armed forces of this nation. And some of those men and women are represented by the Military Association of Atheists and Freethinkers. And they could not be here today because they are elsewhere in the world serving our country. Shame on you, George Bush. We are on the move because we want the same rights as every other group of Americans who have marched down this mall. Every other group for their social and political agenda, and they often took the first step, major steps right here on this mall. They have spoken out and organized themselves, and now it's our turn. We are on the move toward organizing ourselves into a viable and influential movement in America. We will take a page from religious groups who play the game so very well. We are on the move to becoming a well-oiled political machine in America that knows how to play that game. But I am not here today to whine about how badly we are treated and how much we ignored. Oh no, this is not a pity party, folks. This is a class in Activism 101. This is a lesson in how the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If we are tired of sitting at the back of the proverbial bus, then we have to get up if we want to get to the front. Politicians respond to groups that can deliver the votes and financial support, and if you can't do that, you get ignored. It's that simple. I think we get ignored not so much because we are godless Americans, but because we're not yet politically savvy. There are over 30 million godless Americans in this country, and that figure is growing.